Hi, this is Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show, and we're the show that's freeing America, one enslaved mind at a time. Did you know that the United Nations has issued a warning for civil unrest and the spread of civil discord? Their words walked them right up to the edge of declaring the fact that they anticipate having a civil war. Well, they do. And the people who really are part and parcel to the UN, namely our deep state, people such as George Soros, that have great influence in the deep state, and the UN, these people are saying, watch out, because here it comes. And they're right. You're right. And we have been saying this for how long in the independent media? We've been saying it, at least I've been saying it, since the summer of 2014, because the UN, under the cover of the massive immigration from Central America, do you remember that? Well, I also covered the fact that the UN was on the move inside the country. That's right, DHS and the UN were doing maneuvers together. I produced the pictures, I showed the hot spots, I talked about Congressman Bridenstine in Oklahoma going to Fort Sill, wanting to look at one of these facilities set up for refugees. They didn't want him to see the UN troops there. They denied him admittance, and only later did he find out that the UN had set up camp there. I've had numerous reports from Border Patrol agents I reported on 3 years ago, eyewitness accounts. The UN is prepared to come in. Here's how this is all going to shake out. If the globalists are able to manipulate us into a civil war, and this is totally of their own creation, this is what they want to have happen. What they will do is they'll declare an emergency and they'll bring in the foreign troops. By the way, many of them have trained already at Camp Grayling. I published emails of family members and people who participated in these drills, and they talk about the various nationalities that have been at Camp Grayling. Camp Grayling is a known FEMA camp in Michigan. What does this all lead to? Well, as I said, when the proverbial poop hits the fan, the UN will be called in to restore peace. Yes, Obama signed a treaty with the UN in which to do so. And here's why they have to do it. This gets into Jade Helm 16, not the first one, the second one. Jade Helm 16 was about practicing against rogue American military troops who had gone guerrilla. Well, I don't think they're going to go guerrilla in the beginning unless they lose. What we know now from the data, that about 75% of all American soldiers will not follow the deep state. They will not go against the people. Well, the globalists know this, so they have to bring in the foreign troops under the UN flag, declare an emergency. Any of us who support our troops or the troops who support us will be banded as traitors. That'll subject us to capital punishment on the spot, summary execution, because isn't that what happens in every civil war? In every coup d'etat? Exactly. Gun confiscation or execution, this will also happen. Control of resources, such as food, water, guns, gold, ammo, and medicine. This is why I tell you to stock up. I mean, right here, we've got the United Nations telling us what they think is coming. We know they've already rehearsed for it. They have rehearsed for it also within the past year, and I've covered that on thecommonsenseshow.com with photos that people sent to me from the affected areas. It's time to face reality. This is a nation under siege. Soros is promoting civil conflict. Can anybody deny the facts behind these statements? Well, if you think it's true, are you going to be a statistic or a survivor? That's what you have to decide. Guns, gold, ammo, medicine, food, water, all going to be used against you. And again, I'm going to point out the one statistic that was telling from Hurricane Harvey. 4 hours to clean out the shelves. 4 hours. That's right. I can help you with some of these products that you're going to need. I use healthmasters.com for all my health needs. You've heard me talk about how Dr. Ted Broer has helped me with an injured knee, a ruptured disc in my back, Doug Hagman's blood sugar, healthmasters.com. Coupon code is CSS9. You can use them for all your healthcare needs. You are well aware of my association with Numana Foods, the very best storable food company in the world, second to none. You go to numana.com/Hodges and use the coupon code Hodges9 to take 5% off. These are two of the sponsors I use, and this is why I do sponsorships of these kinds of companies. I turn down 90% of all offers to advertise on the Common Sense Show. I only advertise what I think people are going to need. I don't want to waste your time and money, and I certainly don't want to waste mine and deviate from my mission. But I'm telling you, folks, you need to take this UN warning very, very seriously. You do not have to use my sponsors, but you better be doing something. And if you got chronic health conditions, the only way you're going to meet those needs is to find a natural health care alternative and stockpile. Because you don't know how long this is going to go on. I would say 2 years would be the burnout point. Are those resources going to be available after 2 years? Depends how bad the destruction is. So for me, I'd be planning for a very, very long time with regard to natural health care products. With food, you're going to need seeds to follow up. You'll habituate to the food. No matter how good the food source is, and Numana's restaurant quality, you will habituate to it. You need to have seeds. And if you think you got to have 5 years or 10 years, not for me to say, but you better use more than one kind of food source. And here I'm going against my own advertiser, but I'm telling you, you can't eat the same food for 10 years. That's not going to happen. And you're going to have to grow your food at some point and become independent. And you better have how much ammo? I don't have a relationship with any gun making companies or ammo sellers, but you better really be stocked up here. When the UN tells you that it's coming, it's predictive programming. You can take that to the bank. Well, wait a minute. There might not be any banks left either. So convert your money to Bitcoin. And see, I offer this training course by Bob Kudla, TradeGeniusAcademy.com. Hodges is the coupon code to take 50% off. This is why I affiliate with the people I do, because we are right in the tracks of what's coming our way. Steve Quayle likes to say it this way: what was coming is no longer coming, it is here. Well, that's it for the Common Sense Show. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate all the comments you make. I'm sure I'll get some sarcasm regarding the sponsors. Fine, don't buy a thing. But I'm saying you better buy from somebody, or you better be able to develop your own, because the poop is hitting the fan as we speak. Antifa is going to push us one step closer to revolution. A false flag will push us over the top. We'll see if we're still able to broadcast on the new internet that's coming. If we make it a year and a half, and that's the projected build out, we'll see if I'm right. And I'll stand up and either say yay or nay to my prediction. But you need to really understand, folks, things are very, very dire in America. We've never lived in a time like this. And I hope you're preparing your families. We'll see you back here again next time.